Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Wentz on the bootleg. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Your trip is here.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. And the Raiders have got him.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. There goes a deep ball in. And this is caught. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they got to go ahead and finish this.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Penny. call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So, kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Yeah, they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Hey, exit. Rock it. I'm coming. Check 31. Hey, Sam off. 10. Shoot.
Throwing on third and long. Washington eluding and a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Raiders punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Wentz to throw on third and 1. And he finds Penny. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Wentz now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's first and 10. Now Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From 21 yards away. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
61, match box, light. Go.
Off play action. Washington. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run here with Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. It's caught. Beckham. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point. You just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Call it no gain on the dump-off, and it's 3rd down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Wentz going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
A good return there, 17 yards. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Off the play fake, Washington. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just looking the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight it right, tight it
Go.
right. 4 down, 4 down. Check.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hit it.
Back to throw. Washington. He's got his man on the crossing route. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down. They're going to need some therapy after this.
Hey, Haywood. Go.
On 3rd down, Washington. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. First contact at the 45. 49, 49.
Hey, Zoo. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Washington. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Jacobs. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Go. Fight.
Again, it's Cook. They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point.
Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Eagles have recovered.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Singletary again, and just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
The Eagles on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. This pass complete. Wins to Ertz. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Oh, a free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
So a change of possession here on the punt. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots. And with 2 weeks to go, there are others kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And imagine what the talk has been all week within their locker room. And it's real.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Taking it right down Broadway. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And no... Return on this one is the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Come on, man. Let's go.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
You got 5. Now.
Throwing again. Bell taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Bell.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Back to throw. Bell. He's going to rifle, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he works free. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 24. Now Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Wentz.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Wentz. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Let's go! Let's go!
So the Raiders now down by 10. At time, a huge factor. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Looking to throw. Bell. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
I got two.
Hey, lock it.
Chip up here. Let's overload. Chip.
5.
On 3rd and 2. Bell. Open man, it's Allen. And he down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line.
60 yards.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They go right back to Singletary. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Check 13. Check 13.
On third down, they go with Singletary. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So out come the Raiders. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2-by-2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Hit it.
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks all day, baby. Go ahead, Tennessee.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Eagles, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will head
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy.
Without a top-flight quarterback, the way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 15 carries, 68 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down now, it's Hunt. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now, that was a textbook example of how to be aggressive at the point of attack.
Yeah, make sure you take care of the line of scrimmage. No way they can get upfield on that one. And then how about the force he brought on that tackle? Let them know they need to be aggressive from this point on.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Now they'll throw with Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
They run with Hunt. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Bacon, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A first down throw from Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Raiders will get it at their 20-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Jim. Right now. 53 at the mic. Hey, 6-18. Let's go. Go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
To throw again. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
29. Watch the screen. Check Mike,
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You got three down.
Now a play fake. Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own.
Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming.
Check, 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 check. Hey, Charlie.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And he's going to go down again.
Brandon, when I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
You're mine.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On first down, Hunt. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 18-yard line. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so.
He's got a man complete. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now King, going to throw again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
But this is a football game, right?
It is.
How you like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that one?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. Second quarter here. He has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Here's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. It's caught. Beckham. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that
play. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. So if you like field goal. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right, that O-line, they got to protect it. Now they get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now, 180. Check 53. Watch the draw.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Let's go, folks.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Express. He's moving. 53 to Mike. Raider 1.
Get that quarterback. Alpha. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Purdue. Taco.
Throwing again. Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. And again this time to the tailback. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Check. Go, Chief. White Monday. Oh, here we go. Oh, deuce. Easy. Kill.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown.
Foster Moreau, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Mayfield now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw, and he finds a man with a crossing route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And now a carry here for their fullback. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And that's a nice gain by him on 1st down, picking up some key yardage.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you 1st downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to him, and he can be dependable in picking up 1st downs.
Throw from Carr complete to Renfro. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Carr now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Carr completes it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Carr. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Throwing now is Carr. Wide open receiver, complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Carr now on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Here's Mayfield, and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the number 1 spot.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. After the sack on first down, Carr stepping up. He's going to keep it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Fielded just inside the 20. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And now the Browns coming out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond. Taken down. Mayfield now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D. That's what I'm talking about.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mayfield, and the pressure gets to him again. Jadeveon Clowney, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts.
And got his man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That goes for a gain of 31. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Check Mike. Hey, I-7.
Carl trying again on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
53's the mic. 53. 29. Rip left.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
He's coming. We got double up. Raider 9. 694.
To throw his car. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Now Mayfield and the Browns down 13-6, just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow, Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they didn't change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, Wahoo!
Check back, Army.
Express!
Check back,
Hey, 734!
check back.
Carr to throw. And he'll find Moreau here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, DQ.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Check hot route.
Protein spill!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And off the upright, and it caroms in. It's good. The kick is good, and that writes a crazy finish to this one. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Raiders, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500.